browsing through the content of this site of FInES, so you can see all the information, all the different sections, or documents that have been already uploaded. I'm going to go into this section in a bit. And then you can link that with something else, either to load in this page or an external page and so forth. So when we finish, we can click Save. Now the editor is, the item is saved as it mentioned here. The editor is still enabled, so you can enter as many news items as you want. Basically, we have now the task force news, which is populated with this new item. I have not made any changes. I was just checking if there's a problem. It just, as I said before, takes some time to refresh from the search engine optimization. So now we have this news item here, which we can have the information, when it was posted, how many times was it. You can actually rate this item. The user can share this from Twitter or Facebook. Here is the actual content that we put it here. And then now that we're logged in, we can even leave a comment here. I can remove this if it's something which is not of particular interest to you. Again, we can edit the item and make some changes and so forth. Obviously, this test item that I have put here is not very appealing because it is obviously not structured properly, and it doesn't have, let's say, a lot of useful information. But if you have a lot of text with a lot of images and a lot of interesting material, this obviously can be much more interesting to the end user to read news that have been posted here. Okay. Now I can go also and briefly show you about submitting a document in this section here. When submitting a document, the user is able to basically upload the file from their computer. We have created a specific section for each one of the task forces. So each task force has its own folder of documents. Now, one thing I should also mention here is that there is not exactly the notion of management behind this, but it's more the notion of inserting information, meaning that we decided to, let's say, reduce the ability to manage the information and keep that to the cluster official, but rather give the ability to the task force or project leader to just upload information. So he can upload and edit in most of cases, but deleting something, it's much more, let's say, difficult. It has to maybe go through the cluster official. This is an initial policy discussion, but this can be changed if it is required. The initial requirement was just to post information and obviously edit that. So we can upload a file from our computer. This is a two-step a three-step section. The file is being uploaded, and then we can provide some information about the file. Okay, we have a title for the file. We can select something else. So we can say task force new hot file. Now the category, we have all the categories here available. You can choose the one which is related to your task force, and then we can provide a description for this document. Again, the same applies here. You can insert images as you want, tables, or any other information that you see fit. We can have a thumbnail possibly for this specific document. If you don't, it usually takes the extension of the file. In this case, it's a PDF file. With the permission, you can say who is able to basically view it, if you want everybody or specific users in the portal, then some information about who creates it and who last updated the file. These are not very critical information. You can really not spend a lot of time updating that. And then we can save this information as well. Now, as I was saying before, currently what we have decided to do is we have the information about the files. The user of the task force can actually upload the file, but we are responsible for making the final publication of the file. For 1 month, we decided to have a moderation of this process, to have the user just upload the files, we are notified, and then we actually proceed with publishing these files. After a month or so, you will be able to actually approve and publish the files straight away on your own through the same interface that I showed before. There's not a lot of change there. So I can see this new file that appears here. Okay. So now someone can click on this file for the task force, excuse me, and download the file. And it's the same file for me. And also proceed with some basic information. You can edit the file, view the details of the file, delete it, update it, and so forth. So deletion is currently restricted, but you will be able to do that also after a month when we will open it fully. And here you can see the title of the task force, and then underneath you will see all the files that someone has uploaded. The new files are marked with this new image here, and the users can download this and so forth, search for documents. Or you can proceed with submitting a new file either from this place or from this place. Okay? So now in our task force we have information about a news and a document. We have no events, so we want to create an event as well. So we'll go
Sorry,
through this. Yes?
I just wanted to add something that Harry said earlier. We will allow a period while you now receive the training, you can ask some questions, but then each task force leader will be responsible for the documents uploaded on their task force. For now, we will assist in this situation. We will be playing the moderator role, I mean checking that the proper document is uploaded, but then you will be responsible for these documents.
Michele, I presume you mean notifications for documents and events as well. I think this stands for everything, right?
Right, yes, positive.
Ideally, yes. Okay, so for final section, which is the events, the user is able to look in the events by month or week, or just see the events today. And then we have at the bottom the ability to add an event. Okay, so the user adds the event. One thing I should tell you is that yesterday we have proceeded with the last-minute security update on the portal, which was really necessary, and we have a little few fixes that we need to fine-tune. So in case you see something which is not completely in order, please excuse me. We had to do this security update yesterday. So one thing is this. This should fit better within the middle of the screen. In order to create an event, you need basically two pieces of information. The subject of the event, so new task force event in Italy, This category is again pre-specified because I am the task force leader for the business values. I provide some information here about the event. Here is the agenda and the participants list or something like that. I can type in the location. Some contact information. And any additional information that I would like to have. And then the next thing to define is the dates, the duration. So you can say that it starts on the 18th. It has no specific ending time, or it's an all-day event. So we can consider this as a whole-day event. And you can also define if there's a repetition here, if it's a daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly event. And you can basically save this information again. Now this has been saved here. We can basically edit this if we want. Or we can just again go back to the overall section of the task force. And we can see the event again has to load, take some time to load from the back end. It will soon appear here under the section of the events. So more or less this is very briefly the very quick possibilities we have with the system. The user can, as already is able to do, he can connect to the FInES PDA normally with his credentials, as we have done so far, and also connect with the collaboration platform again to provide comments and so forth. I can present these two demonstrations very quickly now. So before I show you the videos, is there any particular, let's say, question on this or not? Okay, I presume there's no particular information or question. So now you can see the task force event has been updated here. Here's the list of the events. This is the one we just entered now. It shows the date, and we have particularly chosen the blue color for the task force events and the green color for the project events. So there's a difference there. In case we want to add it in the front page, we can see it there as well. And basically the user can edit this information at any given time, possibly unpublish the event, edit the event, copy and use it as the structure for another event, or delete it. Okay. Okay. So I just going to log out from here. Just see briefly how the task force looks now without all the menus. So now we have the news item we've entered, the file we have entered, and the event. User can now see this information. Sorry about this. He can see this information, go back, possibly see the file, download it, and so forth. So I will